News now. Legal challenges could come as early as today after a Dane County judge granted an injunction against the state's new voter ID law.
And so right now, voters will not need a photo ID when they go to the polls. Melissa McCready is live at a downtown polling place with more on this decision. Melissa, good morning.
Good morning, Vince and Susan. Next month, voters will be casting ballots at polling places like here at the Zeidler building, but they won't need their IDs, at least not for now. A Dane County judge strikes down the law that forces you to show an ID at the polls.
This is a great day.
Call it a temporary victory for groups like the NAACP and Voces de la Frontera.
Judge Flanagan's decision was an affirmation of the sanctity of voting rights.
Judge David Flanagan wrote, Wisconsin now has the benefit and the burden of the single most restrictive voter eligibility law in the United States. Republicans, though, strongly disagree, planning an appeal to the ruling, responding, quote, requiring photo identification to vote is common sense. We require it to get a library card, cold medicine, and public assistance. And that challenge could come as early as today. So what does the Government Accountability Board have to say about this sudden change? I'll let you know coming up at 5:30. For now, on your side, live in Milwaukee, Melissa McCready, today's TMJ4.
Okay, Melissa, thanks very much. The voter ID controversy had people on both sides talking on Facebook. Dominic writes, you need an ID to drive, buy regulated things such as cigarettes and liquor, go into a bar, etc. So why is it such a big deal to need one to vote? Kirill supports the decision, saying, quote, excellent. I am convinced that given time, this law will eventually be found unconstitutional.
New concerns about the judge that made that ruling. Judge David Flanagan's spokesperson confirmed that Flanagan did sign a petition to recall Governor Scott Walker, but had no further comment. State Representative Jeff Stone was a sponsor of voter ID. He didn't criticize the judge, but understands why there are questions about Judge Flanagan's impartiality.
It doesn't matter what happens in Wisconsin right now. Everything has an element of politics to it.
Now, Judge Flanagan's spokeswoman also works for the campaign of Democrat Kathleen Falk, who hopes to run against Governor Walker in a recall.